There is a silent pain that hides within ordinary days. It isn't physical, yet it's felt deep in the chest. A subtle sensation of losing vitality too soon, of waking up tired even after sleeping, of looking in the mirror and not recognizing the expression. Not because time has passed, but because the soul seems to have slowed down inside. It's the quiet fear of aging before the body does, of feeling life turning into repetition. It's the anxiety of time, comparison, haste, regret. It's the feeling that something is slipping away, though you can't quite name what. Carl Jung said that true aging begins when the dialogue between the pure eternus, the eternal youth, and the senex, the wise elder, is broken. The pure represents impulse, freshness, the desire to begin again. The senex represents rhythm, discipline, the wisdom of limits. When one dominates, the body pays the price. To be trapped only in the pure, the relentless pursuit of novelty, adrenaline, and excitement drains vital energy and robs you of presence. To be trapped only in the senex, control, rigidity, the need for security, dries out the spirit and turns the body into a territory of boredom and contraction. Therefore, stopping aging is not about fighting time. It's about reconciling these two poles. It's allowing the lightness of the pure to move within the structure of the senex. It's letting biology breathe the wisdom of alternation. Bruce Lipton brought this understanding into the body. He showed that beliefs, thoughts, and inner language are biological commands. The body reads every emotion, every repeated word, as a genetic instruction. Epigenetics is the book in which the internal environment writes upon the DNA. And that environment is shaped by what you feel and believe. If the mind keeps saying, "I'm tired," "It's too late," "I'm fading," the body obeys. It takes it as an order and begins to turn off regenerative functions. Rejuvenation doesn't begin with supplements, but with the quality of emotion you sustain every day. The body doesn't work against time. It works against stress. When your inner state changes, time changes with it. Joe Dispenza explains the same phenomenon in another language. He says that before any healing or expansion technique, physiology must be stabilized. The coherence between brain and heart is the biological state in which the body repairs itself. When the mind focuses and the heart feels gratitude, the nervous system interprets the environment as safe. And only in that state of safety does the body believe in messages of renewal. You can't command the body to regenerate while keeping it in constant alarm. And this is where the so-called forbidden method comes in. It isn't a mystical secret, but a cultural taboo. Because what it proposes is the opposite of what modern society glorifies. It teaches that rest is the true revolutionary act. That silencing the threat mode is the first step to stopping aging. That reprogramming the internal narratives that inflame the body is more effective than any aesthetic formula. That making peace with your biological rhythm is the smartest way to remain vital. This is the method few practice because it requires unlearning. It requires trading urgency for presence, stimulation for rhythm, and fear for curiosity. It begins within, in the invisible environment where psyche, biology, and symbol meet. Throughout this video, you'll learn 5 practical foundations that intertwine to slow the internal clock and restore functional youth. The kind born from balance between feeling, thinking, and acting. Each stage brings scientific understanding, symbolic meaning, and a real exercise for the body. To stop aging isn't to pause time. It's to learn to converse with it. To understand that time is not an enemy running against you, but an ally that works in your favor when your system is coherent. The body is an obedient intelligence, and it will always respond to the climate you create within yourself. The forbidden method is, in truth, the forgotten one. teaching the body that it can trust life again. Stopping aging begins with something simple, but rarely understood: lowering the allostatic load. Most people believe they age because the body wears out over time. But in reality, the body wears out from constant threat. Allostatic load is the physiological cost of living in a state of readiness. It's the invisible price of always being on. Every worry, every notification, every tension you don't discharge accumulates in the nervous system as biological debt. And that debt ages you silently. Aging doesn't begin in the skin, but in the mind that never rests. The body, obedient, merely follows orders. When the brain believes danger never ceases, it keeps the endocrine system on alert. Cortisol, adrenaline, and noradrenaline keep circulating. The heart races, sleep loses depth, digestion slows, and the immune system withdraws. The body enters a continuous survival mode, and a body that survives doesn't regenerate. This is the true forbidden method: resting before you break. Society has trained us to believe that stopping is weakness, that pausing is luxury, that rest is a prize earned after effort. But biologically, it's the opposite. Rest is the prerequisite for performance. It's the space where the nervous system reorganizes, where the brain consolidates memory, where the body produces repair hormones. Ignoring rest is accelerating your internal clock. You don't need to change your entire routine, only to make peace with your biological rhythm. And the practical way to begin is the ultradian cycle 90-20. This cycle is a natural map of energy. The body operates in 90-minute blocks of high concentration, followed by 15 to 20 minutes of physiological decline. That interval is when the brain requests repair. If you ignore it and push through, you force the system and turn focus into exhaustion. If you respect it, you create space for regeneration. During the break, all the body asks for is presence. 5 minutes of rhythmic breathing, inhaling and exhaling for 6 seconds, 1 minute of panoramic vision, letting your gaze expand, 2 minutes of gentle neck stretching, releasing stored tension, and a few moments of natural light on your face. This simple sequence is a full reset for the nervous system. The heart slows, the prefrontal cortex reorganizes, and the body understands. We are not under attack. This is the first layer of the forbidden method, teaching the body that life is not a survival race. You can't polish the chassis with the engine in the red. Before trying to look younger, you must take your foot off the internal accelerator. Rejuvenation doesn't come from doing more, but from spending less energy fighting the body's natural flow. When you honor the cycle of effort and pause, the body becomes cooperative. Sleep improves without medication. The skin begins to reflect rest. The mind clears, and the mood stabilizes. And curiously, time seems to expand. It's as if the day stretches further. Because you've stopped wasting energy resisting biological rhythm. The forbidden method isn't a new technique. It's a return to something ancestral. It's remembering that the body is nature. And all nature pulses in waves. Inhale and exhale. Light and shadow. Movement and stillness. To respect these tides is the first act of conscious youth. Stopping aging isn't defying time. It's lowering the noise so that time can flow in harmony with you. The body only ages quickly when it believes it's at war. The body doesn't age just because time passes. It ages because of the stories it obeys. Every phrase you repeat mentally. I'm tired. It's too late for me. I'm getting old, is a seed planted in biological soil. The body doesn't distinguish metaphors. It believes everything you say. Your internal language is your emotional genetic code. And what Bruce Lipton calls narrative epigenetics is precisely this. The way your inner emotional environment shapes your biology, influencing gene expression, hormonal balance, and regenerative capacity. Rejuvenation begins then by changing the instructions you give your cells each day. Most people try to do this with mental affirmations, repeating positive phrases while their bodies still vibrate with tension. But the body, wise as it is, doesn't believe in speeches. It doesn't obey reason. It responds to tone. When the mind says, "I trust," but the body is tense, there's a short circuit of coherence. The cell receives mixed signals. The brain speaks safety, but the heart beats threat. And in that conflict, the nervous system remains in defense mode. The secret is teaching the body to believe what the mind says. And for that, there's a small ritual. The biological script of 90 seconds. It's simple but powerful because it speaks the body's language. First, find an open posture. Place your feet firmly on the ground. Relax your jaw. Open your chest slightly. That posture is a physical signal of safety. Second, breathe through your nose slowly and deeply for a few cycles. Feel the air cool as you inhale and warm as it leaves. Nasal breathing tells the nervous system there is no threat. Third, place one hand on your sternum, the center of your chest. That area is the resonance point of the heart, and that's where coherence begins. Now say two simple phrases that make sense to you in the present tense. Something like, "I cultivate strength with gentleness," or "My body learns recovery every day." As you speak, don't try to believe. Just feel the sound vibrate inside you. Notice how your body responds. Maybe warmth in the chest, shoulders relaxing, or a deeper breath. That's the body saying, "I understand." The secret isn't to repeat phrases to change beliefs. It's to feel them until the body recognizes them as truth. When that happens, the body becomes a tuned antenna. It stops picking up the frequencies of fear and starts tuning into rest, regeneration, and vitality. Lipton explained that each cell is like a biological radio station, transmitting and receiving signals. If the inner field vibrates in guilt, hurry, or discouragement, cells operate in defense mode, consuming energy and producing inflammation. But if the field vibrates in safety, curiosity, and gratitude, the cells enter growth mode. They build, regenerate, and the entire body reorganizes. To reprogram your narrative is to change your inner climate. It's adjusting the station. You don't need to turn the dial of the mind. You need to ground the wire in the body. This practice, when repeated, begins to shape physiology. Your posture changes, your gaze brightens, your skin oxygenates. Not by magic, but because the body understands the environment is safe enough to invest in vitality. The body only blooms when it feels at home. And true youth is this: the body finally believing the calm words of the mind. At some point in life, we all feel the friction between two inner forces. One wants to run, create, move everything around. The other wants to hold, control, preserve what's already been achieved. This tension is what Jung called the dialogue between pure Eternus and Senex. When they separate, time gains power over us. But when they talk again, time becomes an ally. The pure is the vital impulse, the spark of curiosity, the freshness that makes you wake with a will to explore. It's the force of creation, of lightness and possibility. The Senex is structure, rhythm, the limit that protects and gives shape. He knows how to wait, sustain, and repeat. When the pure acts without the Senex, impulsivity and distraction arise. When the Senex dominates without the pure, life becomes too predictable, and the body stiffens along with the mind. To stop aging is to reconcile these two within you. To let the Senex give ground to the pure, and the pure brings sparkle back to the Senex. Functional youth is precisely that: novelty with structure. When the pure is repressed, you lose the joy of newness, and the body reacts as if in mourning. Dopamine levels drop, immunity weakens, skin loses glow. When the Senex is denied, instability sets in. Sleep dysregulates, mood swings, metabolism loses rhythm. Balance is health, physical and psychic. That's why Jung's method for stopping aging is symbolic yet profoundly practical, alternate between expansion and containment. He would teach you to create what we call here the biphasic agenda, a daily ritual of reconciliation between pure and senex. In the morning, cultivate the pure. Give your body a small dose of novelty. It doesn't need to be grand, just a symbolic change, a new route, a different song, a short learning, something that renews your gaze. This teaches the brain that the world is still alive, keeping neuroplasticity active. In the afternoon, honor the senex. Choose to care for your body, your home, your rhythm, your sleep, your nourishment. Let the body rest before it begs for it. Set clear boundaries between work and silence. This alternation keeps the system plastic, like breathing with time. Inhale novelty, exhale structure. And the body interprets this pattern as a signal of longevity. The symbolic image is that of a graft. The old trunk bears deep roots, the senex. At the top, the new branch blooms, the pure. The secret isn't choosing one, but letting the sap circulate between them. The old lends stability, the new lends life. Together they create something rare, youth with wisdom. Practically, it means giving up the chase for aesthetic youth and cultivating functional youth, the kind born from curiosity that never ages. It means stopping the war against time and learning to dance with it. When pure and senex work together, the psyche rests. Rigidity yields to fluidity. The body slows aging because it no longer lives in contradiction. You don't need to be young or wise. You can be both. And that reconciliation, silent and internal, is the true elixir of vitality. To stop aging isn't to become who you were. It's to allow yourself to become who time wants to reveal in you now. A whole being, carrying freshness and depth in the same breath. The body needs stimulus to live, just as fire needs air. But if the wind is too strong, it extinguishes the flame. The secret of vitality isn't eliminating stress, but dosing it. This is what science calls hormesis, the principle that small doses of challenge strengthen the organism, provided they're followed by adequate recovery. It's the balance between tension and relaxation that teaches the body to regenerate. We live, however, in an age of extremes. On one side, a body immersed in inertia. On the other, a body punished by routines that confuse discipline with aggression. Radical diets, exhausting workouts, schedules without pause. All of this sounds like a pursuit of health, but often it's merely an attempt to tame the body through fear. And when the body is forced, it responds with inflammation. Inflammation is the language of exhaustion. To stop aging is not to challenge the body, but to educate it with compassion. The right stress, in the right dose, becomes stimulus. It teaches the cell to adapt, the muscle to strengthen, the immune system to refine. But without rest, that same stress becomes inflammatory noise. Vitality isn't born from excessive effort, but from harmony between effort and repair. Think of the body as a blade. Sharpening it on the stone represents the challenge. Brief cold, moderate heat, technical training, cognitive novelty. But without the oil of compassion, the blade cracks. The oil is rest, pause, silence. That's where the nervous system translates the learning from challenge into regenerative strength. In practice, the balance is simple. 3 times a week, offer your body a micro-challenge followed by a calm window. It can be a 30 to 60-second cold shower, followed by 5 minutes of coherent breathing and presence. It can be a brisk 20-minute walk, followed by gentle stretching and natural light on the face. The body doesn't need violence, it needs rhythm. These small, compassionate shocks inform the biological system that it is resilient. They activate repair genes, increase insulin sensitivity, improve circulation, and above all, restore the body's confidence in itself. Because the body also needs to feel capable. Hormesis is the dialogue between senex and pure at the cellular level. The senex sets the limit. This is enough. The pure brings the freshness of the new. Let's go a little further. Together, they create a life cycle that is dynamic yet sustainable. This is the secret to stopping aging without paralyzing life. It isn't about living without challenges, but about choosing challenges that feed life, not drain it. It isn't about sparing yourself. It's about respecting yourself. And perhaps the greatest taboo of rejuvenation is precisely this: understanding that the body thrives on exact doses of discomfort, followed by generous doses of care. Like soil that needs rain and sun, shade and warmth, to remain fertile. The body renews not when pressured, but when understood. And every time you listen to and respect it, time slows a little more. Every rejuvenation process needs time to become body. The mind can grasp something in seconds, but the body learns only through repetition. It needs rhythm, consistent signaling, coherence. That's why the 21+7 protocol is the step that turns knowledge into physiological memory. This is where the method stops being concept and becomes pulse. Neuroscience shows that the brain takes, on average, 21 days to consolidate a new behavioral pattern. That's the minimum time that synaptic plasticity, the brain's ability to create new connections, needs to stabilize a habit. But there's a detail almost no one mentions. After those 21 days, the body still needs an additional week to consolidate the new rhythm without regressing. This is the 7-day integration window, the period during which the brain tests whether the new pattern is safe enough to become automatic. The common mistake is to start intensely and stop halfway. The body doesn't understand excess. It understands constancy. Rejuvenation isn't acceleration. It's continuity. For that reason, the 21+7 protocol is structured like a gentle spiral. It grows without hurry and sustains itself without strain. In the first 7 days, the focus is to lower allostatic load and teach the body to rest. Apply the 90-20 cycle, respecting pauses. Breathe in coherent rhythm and end the day with the biological script, that brief practice of posture, breathing, and functional phrases. It's the first step, telling the body the environment is safe. In the next 7 days, enter the phase of the biphasic agenda. In the morning, nourish the pure, explore something new, stimulate the brain with small doses of curiosity. In the afternoon, honor the senex, maintain the care routine, regulate sleep, eat with presence. This is the phase in which the body relearns alternation, the natural beat between expansion and retreat. On days 15 to 21, introduce compassionate hormesis. 3 times a week, practice the micro-challenge. A cold shower, a short training, a mindful walk, always followed by a calm window. It's the complete cycle: tension and repair, movement and silence. Here the system begins to register the new resilience pattern. Finally, the additional 7 days, the consolidation phase. The goal isn't to intensify anything, but to maintain what was achieved. The secret is gentle maintenance. Don't increase the load, simply repeat. This constancy creates momentum in your favor. The body begins to work for you, and the internal clock reorganizes. When this protocol is performed with presence, the body learns to operate in a different time. Sleep deepens, digestion improves, vitality grows. More than that, the mind synchronizes with life's rhythm. You stop chasing time and start walking beside it. Stopping aging at heart is this: aligning yourself with the natural cadence of existence. It's allowing time to stop being an enemy and become a partner. And when this relationship is established, something magical happens. The body stops trying to survive and begins to flourish. Rejuvenation isn't a miracle. It's the result of a simple sequence of decisions repeated with affection and precision. A cycle of 28 days may not seem like much, but it's enough to build a new inner base. And once that base is installed, time, which once seemed to consume, begins to sustain. The secret is this: create rhythm until rhythm carries you. Everything you've seen so far isn't a set of techniques, but a return to coherence. The true method for stopping aging isn't hidden in secret formulas, but in states of consciousness we forgot to inhabit. The body ages when the system lives in threat. The soul ages when it stops learning. The mind ages when it disconnects from feeling. Rejuvenating is, therefore, the act of reconciling these three intelligences, body, mind, and emotion, into the same vibration. Bruce Lipton showed us that the body is an obedient field. It listens to the stories you tell about yourself. Every belief is a cellular instruction. When you declare yourself tired, the body reduces energy production. When you declare war on time, it defends itself by producing inflammation. But when your inner state signals safety, purpose, and curiosity, the body opens its repair reserves. It understands it can invest in growth, regeneration, vitality. Cells become cooperative because the inner environment is fertile. Neville Goddard complements this vision by saying we must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This means rehearsing, before sleep, the light and curious body of tomorrow, lying down and feeling the future vigor as if it were already present. Because the brain doesn't distinguish the real from the vividly imagined. It records the state, and the body, in response, begins to adjust its functions to sustain that pattern. For 2 or 3 minutes before drifting off, feel the version of you that lives with presence and vitality. Breathe like them, rest like them. This small gesture is a subtle command to the unconscious. This is my new normal. And the body, obedient, begins to transform rehearsal into structure. The master key of the whole process lies in the triad: coherent state, living narrative, and compassionate rhythm. Coherent state is the body in safety. Living narrative is the mind telling stories that sustain life, not fear. Compassionate rhythm is the wisdom of pausing, respecting cycles, and not punishing yourself. When these three elements align, time stops corroding and starts collaborating. But there are 3 self-deceptions that speed aging and sabotage this state. The first is believing that rest is a waste of time. Rest is the nervous system's reset. The moment the body understands it can repair. The second is the old idea that if it hurts, it's working. Pain without repair is inflammatory debt. It's the body charging interest for negligence. And the third is the subtlest. I'll start tomorrow. Chronic postponement is a state of anticipatory threat. The body lives in almost, and almost wears down as much as effort. When you abandon these 3 deceptions, the body finally comes to terms with time. And at that point, the subtle signs of rejuvenation appear. You wake before the alarm, with a soft clarity, without rush. An organic desire arises to explore the new, to hear different music, to look at the world with curiosity. Energy becomes stable, sleep deepens, the skin reflects this balance. Relationships gain warmth, and laughter emerges more easily. Lightness returns, and with it, presence. To maintain this state, there is a minimal daily plan. A 20-minute ritual that seals the pact with time. 5 minutes of coherent breathing, inhaling and exhaling for 6 seconds, accompanied by a specific gratitude. 5 more minutes of the biological script with open posture and the anchor gesture on the chest, reassuring the body that it is safe. 10 final minutes for novelty. Read something new. Change your route. Listen to a different song. And before ending the day, an intentional microbond. A conversation, a look, a touch. Because belonging is the essential vitamin of vitality, this simple sum keeps the system vibrating in coherence. And when the system vibrates in coherence, the body doesn't age. It matures with elegance. The body is an obedient garden. Beliefs are the seeds. Regulated emotions are the water. Belonging is the sun. If you tend this inner ecosystem, time becomes a gardener, not a predator. Stopping aging, in the end, is a form of love. It is teaching the body that it no longer needs to fight to exist. It is allowing time to touch you without destroying you, because time, when respected, doesn't steal life. It refines it. And the body, when loved, doesn't age. It blossoms.